Welcome to our YouTube channel, Dayton Solution for You. Video today is funded by fansabay.com, and it is about... The story starts with Nick, a veterinarian, examining a client's dog when he receives a call from his old friend, Lou. However, Nick decides to ignore the call. The client recognizes Nick as a former band singer from the 80 Seconds and makes a sarcastic comment about his current profession. In response, Nick throws away the dog's waste, which makes the client feel sick. Meanwhile, Adam, another friend of Nick and Lou's, returns home from work to find that his girlfriend has taken some of his belongings before leaving him. His nephew, Jacob, who is obsessed with video games, is staying in his basement. Adam suggests that Jacob move in with his mother, but he finds out that she has already left the country with her new partner. In another scene, Lou drives his car carelessly into a garage while singing and air drumming, causing smoke to fill the space. As a result, he is rushed to the hospital due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Since he has no family to care for him, the hospital administration contacts Nick and Adam. Although the doctor suspects that Lou attempted suicide, he denies it. Nick and Adam visit Lou in the hospital and whisper to each other about the possible reasons for his tragic attempt. However, Lou, who was awake the whole time, throws a pillow at them and reveals that he ended up in this state because they didn't answer his calls. To lift Lou's spirits, Nick and Adam invite him to the Kodiak Valley Ski Resort, a place they used to visit frequently in the past. They promise to cover his expenses, knowing that he is in severe debt. The next day, the three friends, along with Jacob, embark on a journey to the ski resort. After several hours of driving, they arrive at the destination, but they find that the place is not what it used to be. When they check in at the hotel, they are greeted by an irate bellman named Phil, who has one cut arm and pulls their luggage. Later, Jacob shows them a hot tub outside their room, but they find a dead raccoon inside it. Nick remembers how they had a great night in that same room in the past. As they talk, the balcony door suddenly opens, and the hot tub illuminates. It has miraculously become clean and tidy. The four of them jump into the tub with excitement and enjoy the night to the fullest. However, they accidentally spill an illegal Russian energy drink called Chernobyl on the hot tub controls. The next day, they wake up in the hot tub, and Lou immediately vomits on a squirrel. They go skiing and try to reenact their college days, but Lou accidentally collides with the other two, causing them to tumble off a cliff. Fortunately, they all survive the fall without any injuries. However, they soon start to notice that something is off in their surroundings. They realize that the restaurant they are in is filled with pop culture items from the 80 Seconds, and everyone is dressed in retro clothing. Confused, the group returns to their room to try and make sense of the situation. Their confusion deepens when they come across Phil, who has both of his arms intact, further complicating their situation. They head back to the hot tub, where Jacob realizes that they have been transported back in time through some sort of hot tub time machine, and they are stunned to see their younger selves in the bathroom mirror. They are perplexed about Jacob's presence, given that he hasn't been born yet. As the group debates their predicament, a mysterious repairman appears and warns them against changing anything, as it may alter history. As they grapple with the enormity of their situation, they realize some traumatic events from their past. Adam went through a painful breakup with his first girlfriend and was stabbed in the eye with a fork. Kelly, Adam's sister, had Jacob with an unknown father. Lou was beaten up by a ski patrol bully named Blaine, and none of his friends came to his aid. Nick's band's performance ended disastrously at an open mic contest. The four friends are deeply worried about the potential repercussions of altering the past in any way. To minimize the risk of the butterfly effect, they come up with a plan to recreate their past experiences. Adam needs to go through the painful breakup with his ex-girlfriend Jenny and get stabbed in the eye with a fork. Lou has to pick a fight with the ski patrol bully. Nick must perform with his band at an open microphone event and make out with a fangirl. As they prepare to execute their plan, they run into Kelly, who explains that she is looking forward to making out with a random guy that night. This freaks out her future son, and the group leaves quickly. Adam goes to Jenny's room to break up with her, but she seems interested in reconciling. Adam recalls how Jenny stabbed him after their breakup and, afraid of the outcome, urges her to go to the concert instead. Meanwhile, Lou gets into a fight with Blaine but ends up getting beaten up and having his bag stolen. As he nurses his wounds, a woman approaches him and offers to help. Lou agrees, but Jacob tries to send her away as it's not part of their plan. Elsewhere, Nick rejoins his band and reluctantly makes out with a fangirl. At the concert, Jenny joins the crowd while Adam stays behind at the bar. A journalist named April approaches him and strikes up a conversation. Elsewhere, Jacob and Lou end up in the same woman's room, and she starts making out with Lou. Jacob tries to leave, but the woman insists that she wants both of them. Before anything can happen, she receives a call from her mother, and while she's away, Jacob leaves angrily. The woman returns shortly after but refuses to continue as the younger boy has already left. Jacob goes to the concert and learns that Adam has not broken up with Jenny yet. Adam claims that breaking up with her may have been a mistake, and now the universe has given him a chance to correct it. The group gathers in a living room, and Lou is furious with Adam for not completing his task. Jacob exposes Lou's transgression, revealing that he tried to sleep with a woman he wasn't supposed to. Enraged, Lou decides that if Adam can change the past, he can too. This statement makes Jacob flicker in and out of existence, and he warns the group that if they continue to alter the past, he may be permanently erased from existence. Scared of losing his nephew, Adam tries to break up with Jenny at a bar. However, before he can speak, she hands him a breakup note herself. This angers Adam as he realizes that Jenny stabbed him in the past when she wanted the same thing. He then reveals that she will get pregnant with several men. Lou tries to explain to Blaine that they are from the future, but Blaine doesn't believe him and the situation escalates into a fight. The rest of the group arrives and a chaotic brawl breaks out. In the chaos, they accidentally knock a power cord into the hot tub, causing it to malfunction and send them spinning through time uncontrollably. When they finally land, they find themselves in the future, specifically in a dystopian version of their hometown. They are horrified to see that their actions in the past have led to this terrible future, and they realize that they must find a way to fix their mistakes. With the help of a new ally, they embark on a dangerous mission to set things right. Along the way, they face incredible challenges, including facing their future selves and battling against powerful forces that want to keep the timeline disrupted. In the end, the group is able to make the necessary changes to the timeline and restore their world to its proper state. They return to their own time, grateful for the experience but also mindful of the consequences of tampering with the past. In the following scene, Lou and Nick visit a bustling bar where sports fans are cheering for a game. Lou's knowledge of the future event sparks an idea in him, and he places large bets on the matches, which leads to him winning a lot of money. Later, a man challenges him to a high-stakes bet, but Lou remains confident and agrees. Unfortunately, just as his prediction is about to come true, the squirrel he had vomited on earlier interrupts, causing Lou to lose the game and all his winnings. This serves as a reminder that even the slightest alteration in the past can have severe consequences. In their hotel room, Jacob discovers Adam drinking and writing breakup poems. Suddenly, the mysterious repairman reappears, informing them that the hot tub requires further repairs. Jacob tries to gather more information, but the man vanishes once again. Afterward, Jacob leaves to search for their other friends, leaving his uncle to stay in the room. However, Adam also heads outside and begins stargazing. Soon after, April, the journalist from earlier, joins him, and they share a romantic conversation. April takes Adam to a friend's house where they enjoy drinks, and Adam opens up about his father's tragic death due to E. coli. April advises him not to let the incident ruin his life, and they lean in for a kiss just as the homeowner arrives, prompting them to flee. Back at the bar, Lou writes down a list of things he wants to change for the future, while Nick is lost in his own thoughts. He confesses that his wife, Courtney, cheated on him despite his dedication to her. As a result, he lost his friends and passion for music. Lou reassures him that it is never too late to rediscover oneself, and Nick is energized by the statement, deciding to perform his gig. Finally, Nick gets on stage at the Kodiak Club and delivers a remarkable performance. Meanwhile, Jacob returns to the hotel room and finds the repairman there. The repairman reveals that the key to their time travel is the Chernobyl site, which contains special chemicals to facilitate the time travel process. On the other hand, Blaine suspects Lou of being a Russian spy and shares his theories with his friends. One of them suggests calling the police, but Blaine insists on handling it themselves. Eventually, Adam, April, and Jacob meet up with Nick at the club where he's performing. Outside, Lou is left alone to confront Blaine and his friends. Nick's performance is well received, and Adam congratulates him. However, Jacob interrupts, reminding them of the importance of finding Chernobyl and returning to the hot tub. They realize they're late to defend Lou against Blaine and the bullies. Worried, they rush outside and eventually find Lou drinking on the roof. Lou accuses his friends of cutting him out, and as he continues to rant, he slips off the roof. The others manage to catch him, but due to the slippery surface, they are all on the verge of falling. Fortunately, Phil arrives just in time to save them. After the chaotic events that unfolded, the group found themselves on a mission to locate Blaine and his bag, which contained the precious Chernobyl. Lou had revealed that he had taken it, and the group set out to find him. Along the way, Adam ran into April, who was leaving, and although she invited him to come with her, he felt a sense of duty to help his friends. Before parting ways, April embraced Adam and whispered that the universe may bring them back together in the future. Upon reaching the Ski Patrol Lodge, Phil drove the group to Blaine's room, where Nick and Adam began their search for Chernobyl. However, Nick Nick became distracted by a photo of his wife, Courtney, and lost control of his emotions, calling her and yelling about the evils of adultery. Thankfully, Adam and Jacob were able to intervene before he revealed anything else. Meanwhile, Lou was checking another room when he was approached by Kelly, and the two engaged in a sarcastic conversation that surprisingly turned her on. As the other members entered the room to search for Lou, they discovered him in bed with Kelly, which infuriated Jacob. In an attempt to stop the intercourse, Jacob jumped in, but then he disappeared. This finally revealed that Lou was Jacob's father. As the teenager had interrupted their coitus, he was never born, and that's why he disappeared. After realizing this, Adam reluctantly allowed his friend to continue doing his sister, and when Lou finished, Jacob reappeared, proving their theory. As they exited the room, Blaine confronted them, holding the precious Chernobyl, and boldly challenged Lou to try and take it from him. This time, Lou found the courage to tackle Blaine and beat him up, and the group retrieved the Chernobyl and rushed back to the hot tub time machine. As they activated the vortex, Jacob and Nick were the first to step inside, but Lou decided to stay behind because he believed he could make positive changes in his life. Adam tried to convince him to come along, but Lou confessed that his carbon monoxide poisoning was deliberate, and he was afraid he might try it again if he returned to the present. Lou intended to use his knowledge of the future to make profitable investments and build better relationships with Kelly and Jacob. After hearing this, Adam said he wanted to stay too, but Lou pushed him into the hot tub just as it blasted the group back to 2010. When they returned, they discovered a DVD player and watched a video that revealed Lou had used his future knowledge to become wealthy and marry Kelly. Phil's arms were still intact, as Blaine and his crew were able to save his severed arm by quickly icing it and taking him to a nearby hospital for reattachment. Furthermore, they learned that Lou had become a renowned rock star and had also founded an internet search engine called Laugle. Later on, Adam entered his new home where he was greeted by his loving wife, April. Nick was now a thriving music producer, happily married to Courtney, who shared with him that when she was only 9 years old, she received a wrong number phone call that made her vow to never cheat on anyone. In the end, Adam, Nick, Lou, and Jacob reunited at Lou's mansion, surrounded by their happy families and content with their new lives. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share. YouTube channel, Dayton Solution for You. Website, fansabay.com.